So this is something they have a lot of familiarity with one another, with Toya Wilson actually scheduled a home and away November 15th, going back to last year. SMU actually lost by 3, 58-55. We'll see if they can turn things around on this season. Baylor starts off with the ball, a high potent offense, 5th in the nation. Right away, the interior presence you're seeing from Asia Blackwell, and that's no good. SMU, as you mentioned, Helen, trying to fine-tune some things on both ends of the floor. You can see their starting lineups at the bottom of the screen. Tia Jones, also another player that you want to keep your eyes on, was rolling to the basket but couldn't connect at the rim. Here's your Baylor starting 5. This has been the same starting 5 all season as they're in their 6th game. A lot of length on this roster as well. Another missed opportunity at the rim. So the first foul of the ball game goes for SMU. A dish on the inside, and both teams struggling in the paint so far.
Missed easy opportunities, maybe a little bit of nervousness.
That one does go down. Dre Edwards, been a bit of a journeywoman within the NCAA, but has been an impactful player on each roster she's hit. Spent some time at Utah, 2 years at Kentucky, as the 3 from outside goes down for Embry. Another look for Edwards at the rim. Sat out last season with the Baylor 4-4-4 transfer rule, this being her 3rd stop. I mentioned her time at Kentucky as another one goes down, but that went along too.
Well, Jones, sort of the X factor for this team, has a very feathery touch from the outside, and they depend on her to be that second scorer.
You can see the speed of Jada Walker very early in this ball game, getting the pace going for the Bears. Couldn't come up with points on that possession. Tia Jones working baseline and gets the bucket to go. So far, we're seeing a lot of poise from their offense to start.
She had the open spot there, turned away from the basket.
Young almost came up with a partial block, but on the other side.
You see SMU a little bit more deliberate in setting up their offense so you could get shots like that from Shantae Embry from 3. 2 for 2.
This is the biggest deficit that Baylor has seen this season. Another rip down underneath, and that's back-to-back buckets for Darianna Littlepage-Buggs. Dre Edwards pokes it away on the left, misses. SMU actually has numbers. Reagan Bradley tried to work her way to the rim. TK Pitts checks in, the sophomore. Coach credits her toughness and what she was able to bring to the roster. We'll see how she gets things going for the Mustangs.
Sort of a Swiss Army knife. She can play on both ends of the floor. Her coach really likes that about her. Obviously, the defense wants her to be a little bit better with her basketball IQ in terms of offense, but just a real big spark for SMU off the bench.
Aggressive cake to the rim. That's 3 consecutive buckets for Darianna Littlepage-Buggs.
On the all-freshman team for the AAC last year.
Has 3 consecutive games where she's shooting over 60% from the field.
Oh, beautiful pass.
Foul at the rim. This is a team that's really built on how they are going to make their presence known.
That's a must if you want to get playing time for Coach Wilson.
Yeah.
You can see that Baylor has a lot of experience coming off their bench with people who played a lot, who scored a lot, who have tournament experience, and that's going to be great for them as the year goes on.
Baylor has 3 players averaging double figures, but 3 right up there with 9. So that's an incredible when you have 6 players that are close to double figures for you. The depth and the versatility that we've heard also from Coach Nikki Collin about what they've been able to do so far this season has been impressive.
And it's depth that has quality playing time. It's not 8 minutes here, 9 minutes here. You've got 6 kids that played over 20 minutes.
Darianna triple teamed, it seemed like, on the block. Looking for a ball reversal. They'll send it. 7 on the shot clock. Outside, Andrews knocks it down.
A great opportunity for Andrews on the over-rotation from Jones. She got way too far in the lane on the weak side and was not able to get out to Andrews in time.
7-0 run for the Bears. Young, top of the key. 3 balls working for the Mustangs.
She has to be a volume shooter for them in order for them to win. You'll see her take a lot of shots tonight. Speaking of volume shooters, 2 shots in a row, 2 threes in a row for Andrews. And I said at the beginning, they're going to look for opportunities.
Young, so crafty getting to the rim, just off left. A lot of contact. And going back to last season, if you are curious about how prolific she's been on the offensive end, only had 7 games she didn't score in double figures. That's her 2nd foul. Rahim, just 1 of 3, 1 of 4 6-footers on this roster. When you're looking at the other side, 7 6-footers for Baylor. Does it get any faster than Reagan Bradley? And knocks it down. 16, Ohio State faces number 20, Tennessee. Named the AAC Player of the Week for November 20th after posting 24 points versus Nickel State and 30 in Colorado as the Bears. Reagan Bradley doesn't know how much is left. It's good if it goes, and it's off the mark. And that will bring the first period to a close. The Rockets, you can learn from Kim Mulkey. I know they'll be teeing off against Virginia Tech, LSU, later on tonight as the first look for SMU out of the timeout. A bit strong off the back iron. It takes the bump. Nikki Collin, her 3rd season at Baylor. 2021, when she was actually joining them, recorded the most wins by a rookie head coach in the country. She had 28 and actually leaving the Atlanta Dream in the WNBA, wanting to come back and impact the future of women's basketball. It's just been really good to see the impact that she's had. A couple of WNBA players on hand as well. Alyssa Smith as well as Queen Egbo. I'm pretty sure you're very familiar with them.
Yeah, they're not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
But no, I really like the way that she's brought her philosophy from the WNBA here to Baylor. When you're handling all these transfers and different personalities, you know, there's an art to that, to making sure that people come together. Well, SMU again, this is going to be guard-oriented here with 4 out, 1 in. Chandler from Loyola was a volume shooter when she was at Loyola, so not afraid to take the shot.
5 on the shot clock, top of the key. Walker lost it. Felder finds it. Back to Walker, 3. Jones. SMU was red hot from the 3 to start the game. It was actually 3 for 3 as a look on the inside for Madison Bartley.
With her on the bench, the question is for SMU, who's going to be that scorer for them? Who's going to create on their own?
Excuse me, partner. Madison Bartley, the transfer from Belmont. As you mentioned, just a lot of different transfers.
Good job communicating for Baylor on this play. They went over it and shoot around how they wanted to play the screens.
Chandler trying to connect underneath to Jessica Patterson, and that's a tough one.
They're better at getting their post the ball on the move if they want them at the block. You see in that first quarter they had problems a couple times turning the ball over here and there, and then also here. Really struggled from that 45 to get to that 45-degree angle and make a good pass into the post.
TK Pitts back in the ball game, playing the top of that zone. Chandler guarding Fritz. Inside look, beautiful pass as Asa Blackwell finishes at the rim.
They are very vulnerable in that back line. Sometimes they over-rotate, sometimes they don't communicate. And that's twice now they've gotten hit on the weak side in their zone.
It's good to see Blackwell back after just playing 8 games last season due to injury. Looks pretty good to start. Tipped away, another turnover, back-to-back turnovers for the Mustangs, Helen.
Coach Collin helped the official call that. Making sure she's going in the right direction. Going back to that man-to-man, that player-to-player defense. Struggling with that zone. Tried it a couple times. Great pass.
Looks like they found something, Helen, at the rim. That is going to lead to a timeout as Baylor is on a 6-0 run. Cut to the basket, misses the mark, and a good look.
Now you see SMU missing easy shots where you saw Baylor at the beginning missing easy shots.
Walker so quick getting to the rim, couldn't connect on that one. Finally, a bucket for the Mustangs.
Jones is a smooth player, but she's really quiet on offense, and I think with Young out, she needs to be more aggressive, just like that, for getting scoring opportunities.
A lot of Jones' offense, too, if you look back at her tape, comes from the defensive end. How she gets things going. She's one of the top defenders and steals leaders in the conference. Walker, top of the key, Trey. Offensive board, and another foul.
5 players from Baylor who can all shoot from three-point range.
Between UConn and Kansas. Both games are also streamed live on the ESPN app. A couple of great games on the women's side on this slate, so it's been fun to watch and keep up for everything just 1 month in. Mia Jones from outside and back-to-back buckets for SMU. A good sign coming out of that timeout.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of getting another score in there, you have Young who came back in the game. Those two, basically, the offense runs through them about 46% of the points.
Turnover Baylor. How about the finish at the other end for Reagan Bradley?
She's been more aggressive going to the basket in transition than I've seen her all year.
It's been a significant amount of time on the bench, though, and you can tell the spark that she adds on the offensive end. Walker left alone up top, takes the dribble on the inside and too strong on the shot. Mustangs are 3 of their last 3. Young trying to expound and does.
Well, somebody needs to take the basketball. No communication there by Baylor.
You can tell this is a team that's laser focused on what their particular roles are coming into this ball game.
So SMU's in the zone, but sometimes looks like a player-to-player because they go with people wherever they are in terms of cutting. But again, that's the 3rd time they've gotten the ball in the middle. That's the first time they've been able to score off that. They've missed the other 2 opportunities, but that middle of the zone is wide open for SMU and for Baylor to exploit.
Darianna Littlepage-Buggs with 8 points, leading in scoring for the Bears. Tiara Young at this point is playing bully ball at the rim.
She can create her own shot. When they need a bucket, she's going to be the one to take the shot. Again, behind the zone. It's really carving that up. They've got to talk about the communication in that back line in the zone.
Edwards now with 6 points, 3 for 4 from the field.
I have not heard from Emery here in a while. Do you need to when Young hits that shot?
Tiara Young feeling it. 5 consecutive points for Young. Down 1 for the Mustangs. Less than 3 minutes to play in the first half. Outside shot by Blackwell off the mark, wide right. But an offensive board goes back to the Bears. Top of the key, nothing there. 3rd attempt, nothing there. 4th shot, and that's the charm for Edwards.
6 offensive rebounds for Baylor. They were really crashing the boards.
Less than 2 minutes to play. The first half. It's been action-packed so far in the last couple of minutes. Back and forth we go between Baylor and SMU. It was raining earlier, but I'm starting to feel like it's raining on the inside.
Inside now. It's on the inside now.
You feel the same thing?
I do.
Extends the lead. It was just 1 possession game. More contact. Young picks up the offensive foul there.
And you see the really good communication and rotation from Baylor off the dribbler. It's a great job there by Fritz. She's set. Just runs over. Now that is Young's 3rd foul, I believe.
That 3rd foul for Young will send her to the bench.
That's the middle of the zone for SMU.
Nice touch pass to the outside. Couldn't connect. Another one coming for Fauntleroy. That one goes down. Flurry of fouls for Baylor. Embry outside. Knocked down a couple to start the game. Has gone cold since. Baylor can hold for the last shot of this half.
Watch for the penetration and the kick out.
Dana top the key. Didn't like the three. Turns it up. Fauntleroy at the rim. Misses. Offensive look. Another one for Darianna. Darianna Littlepage-Buggs has entered the chat. Another bucket at the rim. And it's now in double figures. A lot of action at the top of the key. Fade away. No good for Andrews.
They start off right, trying to get, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, scoring opportunities for Andrews. He hasn't really been a total effect. He hit a couple threes, but didn't really need to be.
Embry on the inside, finding Amira Abdur-Rahim. Nothing there.
She's somebody that coach wants to get more out of in the second half. She sat down in foul trouble in that first half. They need more from her in terms of scoring.
It has 2 fouls. One of the players shooting over 55% from the field. They'll lead her in the second half. Young with the rebound as Blackwell was off the target. Bradley, finally an offensive board for SMU and a bucket to follow.
Sometimes that gets me in trouble when I'm on the mic. Once a coach, always a coach. Once again, lack of communication.
Edwards able to get it out, and Jones tried to flip it back to Amira. Nothing there. 3-on-1 opportunity outside look for Andrews. Blackwell miss. It's a little bit like hot potato out there. It's finally Darianna Littlepage-Buggs finishes.
Baylor just more aggressive going after loose balls, whether it's in the air, whether it's on the floor.
Embry with the spin, and an offensive foul will be called. Looking for a better offensive flow. They've scored 16 points in the first 2 quarters. Baylor, on the other hand, had 20 or more points in both the first and second quarters. As an outside three, drain. Edwards, Andrew, excuse me. Outside look. Jones in like the three. Baseline jumper rattles that one in. Timeout. Actually, one of the better offensive series we saw from the Mustangs.
One of the more fluid series that they've had.
Cash in! This is the biggest lead for Baylor. What does SMU need to do at this point as we're approaching the halfway mark of the third?
I think they need to get Tierra Young involved, get her some more opportunities where she doesn't have to go one-on-one like that, but get more open shots. But that works too.
But doesn't it look so nice though?
Beautiful pass.
So on the second attempt, there's a foul for Darianna. Scores I've seen in college basketball.
With her, I mean, she's just phenomenal. Every time I see her, I get mad that she didn't go to Wake Forest because we'd be so good if she went to Wake. It's her first game away from home, but they've definitely settled down in that first quarter. I mean, and if you look at their offense, what they should be doing, where they should be getting their opportunities from, 2 different sides of that coin there. This is a great matchup with Young and the long arms of Fauntleroy.
Young can get to the bucket at any, but Tierra Young off the bounce, just incredible. A bit more of a defense switch as another tray knocked down. Yaya Phelps.
So now their offense has been reduced to Tierra Young taking a shot. And when she misses, they get fast break opportunities like that.
I mean, how many plays have we watched? And it doesn't look like they're letting up any time soon. SMU facing their second top 25 team in 4 games. 5 exclusive basketball games, including 25+ men's and women's conference games, plus early Reagan Bradley. Blocked by Edwards. Amir Abdurrahim has yet to score in this ball game.
Again, the long arm of Buggs. Nice steal there by Jones.
Jones has some options. Pitts swipes in, and a foul at the rim will send Pitts to the free throw line.
And then the opportunity here for the free throws for Pitts. Above the
not
net.
On the ball. So 2 free throws as well as the ball back for the Mustangs. First and miss. Reagan Bradley, as we mentioned, 85% from the free throw line. Bradley, her 3rd trip to the free throw line. So eloquently expressed to you why they chose that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I think she was going for the ball, but yeah, obviously above, that's a dangerous area going above the neck and snapping her head back. That's the first opportunity where SMU's been real aggressive on that week.
Felder working baseline, going at Bradley. Has a flood pass. Fauntleroy from outside. 4-court D. Pitts receives.
Watch for a little pick and pop here if they go with the screen from Edwards.
Less than 10 on the game clock. Edwards at the top of the key. Walker got the ball back, sends it out. Fauntleroy to in the corner, gets it to go! Bella Fauntleroy continues on this high-scoring game as she now has 16. That's when they're going to be really good, which can be kind of scary considering that when they are sharing the ball, they're 3rd in the nation in assists.
Well, and I think for her as a coach, and, we asked her what she brought from the WNBA. She's adjusting her offense to the skills of her players, so she's going to put them in the best position that works for them so that they can be successful, and that helps with being unselfish.
Bradley has 10. Everyone just waiting to see who that was going to go. Jones pulls up. Nice jumper for Tamia Jones. Dish on the inside, another bucket.
Those are
no good for Fauntleroy.
May not affect them right now, but when they get into conference play, they can't have that many misses that close to the basket.
Another quick whistle. A lot going on for SMU right now within conference. It's been fun to see as well. And we got this game right now with Baylor and the fight for Texas as Baylor
scoring opportunity for set offense.
It's been a tough second half for Shantae Embry. Right now at 6 points, and all of those came in the first couple of seconds in the game. Last year's Big 12 Rookie of the Year, all freshman team as well.
She's such a matchup problem for people because she's technically a guard, but she's so long and pursues the basketball so well on offense. As you see Fauntleroy there getting to the basket, no help.
Bradley actually got bumped, nothing called. Slow to get up as well. Yaya Felder will pull things out and reset a bit for the Bears.
Baylor pretty much getting whatever they want in their half-court offense.
Dash to the basket.
There. Just a beautiful, beautiful slip of the screen.
And Nikki Collins, she said, I want my team to be a little bit more selfless. We've seen it in this second half.
But I bet she'll focus on those.
9 points that Sarah Andrews has. Dre Edwards just 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Flips that one up. How about that? Have not trailed as far as the quarters. Have won the first, second, and third. Scored 20 or more in all 3 and continue to build on it.
And again, it is their defense. They only allow opponents 58 points a game, so they're on target right now.
Amira asking for the ball, gets it at the top of the key. Baylor has had assists on 11 of its last 14 field goals. Will we see another in this one?
They average 24 assists per game, so headed toward that selflessness that Coach Collin wants them to have.
Fauntleroy outside, decided to drive. Baseline, gets it to go.
SMU just reduced to Young just taking shots. And Coach Collin going to get a timeout here just to get some substitutes in.
How about this attendance for them? Up in the top deck as well.
They travel well to see their Bears play.
Katarina Ferreira sends that one outside. On the inside, how about that one, Ed?
You see so many hustle plays from Baylor where they've gotten the ball and get somebody that's just standing there on weak side, just quicker to the basketball.
Less than 2 minutes to play. Hall off the deck to the right, short. Outside look, they keep pouring it in, and Danae Fritz joins in on the three-point party.
Well, I said at the beginning of the broadcast, they're trying to figure out who they are. I think they definitely got closer here today in this game. Just intense defense, a lot of offensive rebounds. Good communication.
Less than a minute to play. Baylor, after a slow start in the first quarter, found their rhythm and have not looked back.
And they're going to have to fix that if they intend to play that the rest of the season. They were very disjointed on defense.
Lost 84-69 against number 5 Colorado. Have another game here at home on December 4th. That's going to be against Arkansas Pine Bluff before they head on the road to La Tech. But right now, it's been all Baylor Bears as they will move on to 6-0 on the season and remain undefeated. Their next game will be against Oregon, followed by Delaware State, as the Baylor Bears and Nikki Collin have to be pleased with how many people were